It's no secret that the past couple of years, Disney and Marvel movies have really, I don't want to say declined in their quality, but they've just sucked. And I do think that there is a way that they can get them back to the quality and the performance that they need to be. And I have the perfect idea to fix their remake movies and make them great. Now, here's the thing. A remake is really, the problem with remakes is you're taking the original source material, but you're not following it. And you're just trying to redo what you think the original should have been. And that's a horrible idea. I know last year everyone was talking about The Little Mermaid and how, oh no, because they made The Little Mermaid black, that no one's going to go see it, and it was a total flop. And yes, it was, but that was not the reason. It had nothing to do with the actress. It had nothing to do with the performance, because Haley Bailey, I think is her name, she's an amazing actress and has a beautiful voice. If you did see the movie, or if you at least got the soundtrack to it, she has an amazing voice. So it was not her fault that the movie bombed. The fact that the movie bombed is because it was a remake. Nobody wants to see remakes. It has nothing to do with gender or equality or any other crap. No. Remakes suck. That's plain and simple. That's all there is to it. But there is a way that you can fix this, because Disney has been just trying to make their old cartoon movies live action. They're trying to remake them so that a new generation can see the greatness of these original stories that came out so long ago. And I understand that. I do. I really do. But, I can try to introduce my kids to those old movies. And some of them work, some of them don't. Just like, again, any other movie that, everybody has their own opinion of. Everybody has their own, I guess, if they don't like a movie, they don't like a movie. That's just how it goes. But for Disney, like, I grew up with Disney. I love Disney. But just the past couple of years, doing these remakes, you're missing the original joy that came with these movies. When I saw Aladdin, I wanted to see, Aladdin is one of my favorite all-time movies. And so when they did the remake, I'm like, all right, they're probably going to mess it up. Let me see how it is. For the most part, it was enjoyable. It had a great cast. Everyone did a good job of acting. That's the thing. And so most of these movies, that's not the problem with the acting or the characters. Again, it's the same story, but you're missing details. With Aladdin, the beginning of the movie opens up with Jafar. He's already at the Cave of Wonders, and then he learns that he's got to find this diamond in the rough. In the original Aladdin, he had to find, or a guy delivered him two bug pieces. And once he put them together, boom, it was a really cool spectacle. And you saw them flying, they're chasing through the sand, and then the eyes become the eyes, or it splits off and becomes the eyes of the Cave of Wonders. That was awesome. In this movie, you skipped it. And so everyone's just supposed to know, like, how did he get to the Cave of Wonders? How did he know where it was? How does he know that it's in this desert, blah, blah, blah? And I'm just like, it's because they're just expecting you to know what's going to happen. Because they're like, hey, you already saw the original, so you'll just see this one and you'll know what's going to happen. I'm like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. In the movie, you're supposed to give out these details of how this happened, where's it all coming from, where's it going. Even in movies that were based off of books, they're going to say, like, hey, people, if they read the book, then they're going to understand what's going on in the movie. No, you still explain it in the movie. Tell us a location. Tell us, like, hey, this happened this time. This happened here. This is what's going on right now. That's what you want to know. This is what you want to, like, get through to your audience. And that's what's going to make your movie great. And that's the problem with these remakes, is that you're always missing some of those little details. And they're always adding more details, or they're casting the wrong person in the role. The only thing I could say of is, if you saw Mulan, okay, she may have been a great actress. I don't know. The person who actually played Mulan in the remake. The original Mulan actress, or I'm going to say actress, the person who did the voiceover, did a great job. Fantastic job. The animation was great too. When I saw the remake of Beauty and the Beast, I was very disappointed, because Emma Watts is an amazing actress. Again, she did Harry Potter, she's done other movies, and I don't think I've ever had a problem with her. But in this movie, she seems to just phone in her performance. Like, when you see the opening song that she was singing, she's like, there goes the baker with his tray like always. Da, 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 da. Like, her it looked like she just did it all in just one take and didn't like, all right, cut, let's do it better, do it again. Let's get some happiness. Let's get some joy. No, it's like she wasn't even there like to just do the movie. It was just like, I'm here, let's do this. I'm like, it was a horrible acting thing. And I'm just like, okay, I rewatched the original and I'm like, the animation was amazing. Like, come on, like they animated her face so she was like, Belle was happy when she was singing. You could hear the influx in her voice. They animated her face so she looked happy. It's like, come on. Make these people, if you're going to have an actor play this position, make sure that they're happy and that they're doing what they're supposed to do. Like, I hated Gaston in the new Beauty and the Beast. He just did not fit the persona and performance of the original cartoon guy. Yeah, the cartoon was better. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, I don't know what it is. And it has to be, again, these actors are great. I've seen them in other movies and other things. So it has to be the production. It has to be Disney of what's going on. And I'm just like, come on, you're trying to remake all these classics and it's just not working. But I do have an idea that can fix all that. Disney, if you want to take all your live action movies, put them together in a cinematic universe like you did with Marvel. Marvel did a great job of connecting movies and characters. If Disney did that too, they could save your remake franchise. And here's how you do it. Kingdom Hearts, the movie. I know that sounds weird or stupid or whatever if you've ever played the game. I'll explain that later. But if you can make a Kingdom Hearts movie, then yes, that can justify all of these problems and all of these things that have been messing up in your movies, especially with the acting choices or just the deadpan, versions of these characters. But you can take some of those problems, and if you made it into the cinematic universe where they interacted with Goofy and Donald trying to save Mickey or trying to save the multiverse, whatever. I know a lot of people are out, they're not liking the whole multiverse thing. I understand that. But in order to save your live action franchises, which have been bombing, and you want to try to get them up, you can still keep those actors. You can still keep all these things that you have been building up and have them build up to something. Marvel did a great job of building up to Endgame, and oh my goodness, like it paid off. And if you did that with your live action movies, have them connect to the story of Kingdom Hearts. And for those of you who don't know, Kingdom Hearts is a video game, but it's based off of one character named Sora who teams up with Goofy and Donald and goes around different Disney universes and has to team up with the character from that movie. And they have to save, again, it's kind of like a multiverse, and they have to save that kingdom from the Heartless, from a bad guy, even the bad guy from that movie or whatever. So you team up with Aladdin in the movie Aladdin, and then you also have to fight Jafar, who's being under the influence of somebody else or whatever. It's really cool. And so if they did that for their live action movies that have been building up to this, you can save your franchise of, oh man, this movie's bombed. It has nothing to do, again, with race, gender, or anything like that at all. The remakes just suck. So just, if this is how you're going to want to do it, fine. But why don't you put them together so that this way it makes a story that you can save with other characters, new characters. And like I said, the Kingdom Hearts thing would go so well with a lot of people. A lot of people have wanted this for a while anyway, but since you've been doing these live action stuff, it'll be a lot easier to use those live action characters instead of trying to do animation ones. And so I have no problem with that. I have no problem with if you want to try that or not. But that is the only way you're going to save your movies or whatever, or at least on the Disney side. For the Marvel side, Marvel, I don't know what's been going on. Your movies have just been declining after Endgame, and everyone keeps saying that, oh, it's because, well, everyone's having superhero fatigue, and nobody wants to see superheroes in movies anymore. And I don't think that's the problem. Like, superheroes have been around for like a long time, and they're not going anywhere. And that's the thing. And so I think what the problem is that you're making movies based off of superheroes that nobody wants to see. Like Ant-Man and the Ant-Man movie Quantumania. Now, when Ant-Man came out, I was really, I actually did think that was a good movie. I liked Paul Rudd. I had no idea who Ant-Man was. I didn't grow up with this story of Ant-Man. So when I saw it, thought it was cool. I did like the sequel, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know what? I really don't care about this character and his story, his superhero legacy, his whatever the bad guys he's got to fight. I'm not interested in that. When the Marvels came out, that was just a complete bomb. And it wasn't because, oh no, it's three women trying to save the universe. Let's not watch it because, we're all sexist and no, that movie's going to suck. That is not the reason why no one went to see it. It's because these characters, nobody knows about. And yes, they did make a Captain Marvel movie and they did make a Miss Marvel TV show. But again, they're based off of characters that no one's heard of. No one's really like, oh, I got to see this because I wanted to always see this character. See, for me growing up, like I grew up with, they had movies and shows about all these superheroes. They had Superman and Batman in the 80s. They had an Incredible Hulk live action show. So people knew about the Incredible Hulk. When I was growing up, they had cartoons of Spider-Man and the X-Men. I do not remember them having another team of superheroes. There was no Avengers cartoon. I think they did have the Fantastic Four, and I think they did have a Iron Man cartoon. I could be wrong, but it didn't last long. It may have been one season, but it didn't. I didn't see it in syndication. I mean, I didn't see it on reruns or anything, so like I don't know what happened to that show. But I saw Spider-Man. They had so many different cartoons for Spider-Man. They had a whole mess of cartoons for like the Batman animated series. So everyone's grown up with these superheroes. So when they see a live action movie, hey, let's go see Batman, or hey, let's go see Spider-Man. Like those are characters that you want to see because there was so much pulp culture and so many things about Spider-Man. That's why he's such a fascinating character that people want to go see. No one's going to want to go see this movie about Miss Marvel who can, I guess she's stretchy. Like she finds a gauntlet and now she can stretch. Wow, that's an amazing superpower. Like no kid has ever said like, let's see, do I want the power of flight or do I want the power of like super strength? No. I want the power to stretch. Or my cousin Chuck would say, I want the superpower of the utility belt. Yeah, shout out to Chuck. You messed up. So look, you want to have a superhero with this power that you kind of want. If you a geek like me, I would love to have that power. That would be really cool. Now, the movie itself was not bad. Again, the actresses, the actors, everything in the movie, they were great. I've seen these people in other movies, and they're good. There's nothing wrong with the actors. It's the story itself and the superheroes. Like, I really don't care about light power or whatever the powers that they did have. There was one unique thing about the movie. I guess in the Miss Marvels or in the Marvels movie, the unique thing was they're somehow connected through this light power or whatever, so that they can switch places wherever they are in the universe. And when I mean switch places, I mean as they're standing here and someone else is on the other side of the universe, they could literally switch places at will. And that left a lot of cool stuff to happen in the movie, especially for fight scenes where they're like, three of them fighting in different spots and they can change their place and stuff. That was really amazing. So again, it had good ideas and good stories and stuff, but the whole concept of these powers, it was just like, I could care less about Ant-Man and his ability to shrink. So again, it's not your move. It's not I want to say, no one's getting the superhero fatigue. They're getting, I don't want to see this superhero. I want to see that superhero. They keep on making Batman and Superman movies because those are people that we've always grown up with. And these are superheroes that we've always grown up with that, hey, if I had that power, I would want it. Again, Chuck, you can have your utility belt. I don't care. But I'd rather have flight. So yes, you can save your movies. Just make the movies about superheroes that you'd want to see. Or if you're going to have these movies, then like what they did at the end of the Marvel, spoiler alert, they introduced the X-Men. Now that would be perfect. Like have X-Men in your movie, or what they've done for other movies. Like they had a Doctor Strange in the Spider-Man movie. Again, I could really care less about Doctor Strange, but hey, they put him in the movie, so I got to see him, got to learn about a little bit about him. That was cool. Have your movies incorporate some of these other characters, and people will want to see them, or at least they'll learn about them and be like, hey, my main focus is on Spider-Man, but hey, I did like to see what's going on here with Doctor Strange. So again, just, Disney, stop remaking. And if you are, make it into a cinematic universe that you can connect so it justifies all the crap that you're giving us. Because basically what you're doing is you're taking a dump on poop that already exists, but guess what? It's still crap. So come on, you can do better. You have done better. You're Disney. And again, also with your Marvel movies, you know exactly what to do. You have all these characters, and I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to introduce every single character you have, but try to just pick the ones that you know, like, hey, I don't think anyone's going to want to learn about Squirrel Girl, okay? Just keep them going with the ones that you know everyone's going to want to see. Like, I still want to see more X-Men, and the only movie that's coming out this year actually is going to be Deadpool 3. So that might actually save your crappy movies that have been coming out. So hopefully that'll get you guys going again with Deadpool 3, because I definitely want to see it. I know a lot of people want to see it. So yeah, and I'm not even going to talk about Star Wars. Disney, just stop. All right, and yes, you're going to make that, the Mandalorian movie, and that could be good. I'm not gonna say it's bad, because the Mandalorian's actually been probably the best thing Star Wars has been doing since Disney got it. So please, just Disney, just I don't know, just stop remaking. Marvel, good luck, and Star Wars, just stay away from Star Wars, okay? I'm ProdigiousTrip, and I'll catch you guys later.